Hello, growers. If you enjoy podcasts like this one, tune into my podcast In Search of Soil on YouTube for a deep dive into the mysteries beneath our feet. Join me as I explore topics such as mycorrhizal fungi, mushrooms, compost, biochar, and more. It's a soil nerd's dream. We're going deep. We're talking to scientists about all things soil related. Whether you're a seasoned farmer or a gardener just starting out, our podcast has something for everyone. Listen in and grow with us. Check out In Search of Soil on YouTube.
Let me ask you this. With all of your market streams, one thing that does differentiate you, like you talked about earlier, from, say, a Crystal Organic or maybe other farms that are focusing on medicinal herbs, is you're doing a lot of value adding.
Yeah.
Is there a particular ethos behind that, or is it more of just like you want to try to capture as much of the profit as possible? Or
Yeah, so there was intentionality behind that. I'm forgetting now if I said this before we hit record or while we were recording, how I started working full-time for another job, another farm.
Yeah.
So I was, full-time at another organic farm, working in the orchard. And I was thinking like, okay, I want to start something, but I don't have the capacity to, while I'm full-time at this other job, do like a full-time, start a vineyard or something, start another orchard. And I didn't want to do the same thing that I was doing all day at my other job. I wanted to do something a little different. I was growing veg for myself and my husband, just small garden. But when you do value-added herbal products, you don't need a ton of herbs to make a lot of products. So, you can make a tincture that's an infusion of herbs into alcohol. You can take by the dropper and get like a really concentrated dose. And, it's maybe like one mason jar full of herbs, fresh herbs, and you get, like 20 bottles. So it's a way, and then you charge a little bit more for that. So adding value allowed me to not have to invest in as much space to grow products and be able to turn it into more dollar value, more bang for my buck. It also allows a lot of room for creativity. When you're looking at like, okay, what herbs would I make into a facial serum, and let's design the label and the logo and present it as this kind of elevated, like simple everyday luxury product, right? It's a whole different game than when you're just saying like, here's the calendula, here's what you can do with it.
Mhm.
It's like, here's the calendula. I made it into this like beautiful, artful product that you get to turn into your everyday ritual, right? Like from the farm to you, right?
Yeah.
And people love that.
Let me ask you this. Have you allowed the farm to dictate what you sell, or have you sort of decided on, like you said, a facial serum, and you determine what products you want to sell and then sort of determine what plants you need to grow in order to satisfy the need for that particular product?
I think the first 2 seasons, when it was very experimental, I was doing a lot of like, I'd love to try growing this and see if that works. And it wasn't as intentional. It was kind of like, okay, I have a lot of this. What am I going to do with it now?
Mhm.
Whereas this season, knowing that I was going full time into my business, I knew that I would need to be a little bit more intentional about it. So I finally, did very thorough budgeting where I actually broke down like, what is my profit margin on every single product? I did a lot of spreadsheets, thorough analysis, and then budgeting like, okay, if I want to sell, X many bags of tea, how many pounds of dried herbs is that? And then how many pounds of fresh herbs is that? And then how many bed feet of herbs is that? So a lot of
Gotcha.
mathematical equations there.
Hello, growers. Protect your crops from harmful insects with Modern Growers Insectanet. This top-tier insect netting made by Modern Grower shields your plants from pests and harsh weather, boosting your yields without harmful sprays. Insectinet's unique design allows 90% of the light to pass through and is easy to use with low tunnel systems like our quick hoops. It's soft, elastic, and durable, perfect for field use to help ensure that your crops thrive. Say goodbye to pest damage and hello to healthier, market-ready produce. Invest in Insectinet and see the difference it makes. Get Insectinet at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below.